Matthew chapter 6, verse 21. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. I grew up in France, in Lacroix specifically, a small village on the French Riviera. As far as I can remember, my father, whenever he was not on an assignment with the French Navy, would volunteer for every activity organized by my school, my gym, my neighborhood. In every community organized event, there you would find my dad grilling burgers, cleaning basketball courts, or setting up chairs. Wherever he was needed, he would give his time, his energy, and his resources too. My mom, who is Tahitian, was also the queen of volunteers. She would organize workout groups for women, Tupperware meetings, Tahitian dance classes. She would volunteer for everything she could. However, what stood out the most was her hospitality, a trait that many of you have experienced when meeting Polynesians. I cannot remember how many times I had to give up my bed because an acquaintance or relative or church member needed a place to stay for a couple of days. My father and my mother have always been my generosity champions. Out of their passion and love for others, I developed a passion for community, a community enriched by the gifts, the skills, and the resources of everyone brought together. And giving and sharing became second nature. Many years later, I found myself in Cartagena, Colombia, and I quickly decided it would be home for the years to come. That is when I heard of Couchsurfing, a volunteer-based network that provides a couch for travelers at no cost. I immediately got flashbacks of growing up in Lacroix with my mom giving a safe place to people in need, and I felt compelled to sign up. Members of the network would contact me and ask if I could give them space on my couch for a night or two or more while they were coming through Cartagena. Like anything else, the first step was the hardest. Opening my door to a complete stranger and being vulnerable felt awkward at first, but it quickly became an incredible journey that taught me more about myself, about others, and God in them, about giving freely and sharing in a way that has a real impact on my community. After the initial contact, those strangers became buddies and friends and roommates, opening my door and expecting new faces, new stories, new experiences to come into my life became a habit, a way of life, a spiritual expression, but also a choice that I repeated over and over again. My experiences with Couchsurfing helped me understand what the people of North Atlantic Community College in Gander, Newfoundland, once felt. On September 11, 2001, my flight from Paris to New York was rerouted, and I was one of the 12,000 passengers stranded and without a home for 4 days. The whole community stopped what they were doing to take care of us, and they opened their door to all of us. Food, drink, phone lines, internet access, and a place to sleep. They gave it all to us. They became the beacon of hope we all needed in the darkness. The generosity I witnessed and received was life-changing. Right before boarding on flight again, 4 days later, a collection was organized by a passenger of my flight to help cover the expenses we had incurred. People were bursting out at the seams with gratitude and excitement, and many literally emptied their wallets in the collection box. In less than 15 minutes, we collected close to $6,000. The happiness people felt by giving fed me. The joy and comfort and humbleness I felt by receiving their generosity was life-changing. When we gave the collection box to the director of North Atlantic Community College, where the passengers on my flight had ended, he first refused, and in a magical moment, he said, "You do not owe us anything. We loved you because you loved us first." In the end, the money collected was used to start a scholarship fund that is helping students get access to education. Generosity transforms. Generosity is exciting. Generosity is a journey. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Where will your heart be? Whose life are you going to change? What community will you transform? Will you open your doors?